Well, this is a bit different. It's certainly a bit darker. It's not going good at the moment with the technology. I was in two minds, guys and girls, whether or not to be here in Vision. And right towards the end, I was thinking, no, I'm not going to do it. No, I just don't have the time to set everything up. I've been so busy chatting on the phone, chatting with other people on calls, watching other people's scopes and broadcasts, funnily enough. Oh, by the way, if you are watching on Periscope, I know you're going to be there because I'm monitoring it. Diva Dwarf, thanks for joining. I think Brenda's there as well. So hello, Rose. Hello, Brenda. Oh, and we have 1N3 Live, something like that with us. Hello to you. And wow, it really is happening here at the moment. So anyhow, as I say, I'm definitely monitoring everything on our main platform that we've always used, Periscope. So if you're watching on any of the other platforms, YouTube, where we often are, Facebook, where we often are, and also intend to be very much in the future, I suggest you skip over to Periscope if you want to join in the chat. If you're watching Periscope, press the screen somewhere there. That's right. What I was saying, I went for our regular camera over there, but of course this is the backup one, which is working. That's what I mean about getting this all together. The lighting's not great at the moment. We're working on that, as you know. Regulars will know that. But I went to go live and I said, yeah, we will go in Vision, do the usual stuff, and then sure enough, the technology has kind of let me down here because the main camera's not working. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'm watching on my new phone, says Rose. Oh, excellent. Is it by any chance rose gold, the colour? And is it an iPhone? Is it possibly Android? Who knows? Someone I was speaking to earlier today at some point, can't remember who it was exactly, was using a Windows-based telephone operating system. That I thought was definitely history. Certainly BlackBerry is, you know. Tracy's here, and welcome to all of you new, certainly on the replay as well. If you're watching the replay, follow me on Periscope, follow me on Twitter, the two main platforms if you want to be first if there's any updates. In due course, Facebook will also have updates as well. That's facebook.com/Martin Shine Live. So do follow there as well. Got some exciting things happening. Can't reveal everything right now. I'm also referring to the exciting things happening regarding Revelations before anyone starts thinking, oh, really? Yes. All is well today, says, I think that's Brenda. Really difficult to see the comments at the moment, but I'll manage. Let me just make an adjustment there. That should help us. What is Google Phone, asks Brenda. It's the Pixel, isn't it? I think it's called, that one. Let's get this out the way. With all the rush getting to go live, lucky I did bring myself one of these. It sounds like I'm going to need it, like we did recently when my throat started going. Pink grapefruit juice. Not ideal to drink a lot of this because it can be very acidic, but great stuff. Even better straight out the bottle there. Hey, excellent. And in case you wonder what I'm stuffing right now, this, someone watching might be a little bit upset when they see me. Just going to undo it. It's a bit messy, this one, sticky, because it's been in my pocket. That's why I remembered it. But look, I have one of these chocolate bars to munch on right now. I quickly grabbed that because I saw it in my jacket pocket the other day and I thought, must eat that before it goes all a bit manky, and it has done. But I just, as I say, remembered it before the broadcast and thought, that's what I can enjoy. Oh, it's lovely. Raspberry flavour. There's a traditional flavoured cream one that I enjoy. A typical British candy and sweet product, that one. Fries chocolate cream. They brought that back. Oh, yeah, no, says Shine Live. Anyway, how you doing there, Shine Live? All good? Yeah. Brenda says no way. Yeah, exactly. And looks like Clementine. No. You were. I see what it's the same brand, store, and line of product. That one, the pink grapefruit juice, as is the. I have a clementine juice, by the way, and that's tucked away in the refrigerator for another day, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Have you got the blue comments section up so everyone can see them? Oh, now you know what? This is why it's great. This is why it's absolutely fantabulous. Someone's paying attention. And as I say, with the rush and everything, you can see it slipped my mind. But thank you for reminding me. Right now, we have comments in Vision. They're ideal when we're on multiple platforms broadcasting because when I'm speaking with people on here, if someone makes a comment and you're watching on YouTube, but they've made a comment on Periscope, then unless I repeat their question, you won't know what I'm answering about, and often it won't make sense. So there we go. Very good. Where is mine? Shine Live. Time in London, England, and the rest of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I hope your weekend's going well, everyone. It's certainly the weekend. There you are. I'm looking at the. Have I been looking? I think I've been looking at the wrong camera because we're on the backup camera. Shocking. Anyhow, you wonder who I was looking at. And what I was saying was that, of course, it's the weekend as I'm live right now. But if you're watching the replay, again, it could be August 2022, and it could be, I don't know. You could be on the beach somewhere, midday, yeah, soaking up the sun, watching on your mobile digital device. Now I can see Brenda. Says, oh, I see. Right, where are you then? I'm confused. Well, because you can't see comments. Have you still got the problem then, Rose? Confirm me. I think that means you've still got problems that you were having the other day. I know multiple people have been having problems seeing the technology on the screen as you should. And as I explained the other day, when we have the comments on the screen, it doesn't matter if you're not seeing the comments on your device like you should, so that helps you there, but there shouldn't be a problem in the first place, so that's the thing. So okay, Rose, so you're still not seeing the comments, and what about when you're watching other broadcasts? Is it just this one? The problem is, if you said no, it is just this broadcast, well, the problem is there's an inconsistency, which is that other people are seeing it, so you'd say, well, it must be your account then, nothing to do with that technology here or up in the cloud and in the background. But the thing is, there's a handful of people not seeing comments on these broadcasts, but also on other channels. So it's very difficult to narrow down the problem, which is why, however we love Periscope, it's not behaving as it should. And we must start ensuring that our simulcasts are always out there on the different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Mixer.com, Twitch.tv, and etc, etc. Anywhere else that cares to take us, really. I saw Brinda's said, oh, what you, hey, what comment? That sounds rude. Could you please say what you mean? Honestly, right. When she went, oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yes. Right. Well, I don't know what she was doing in her broadcast. I don't want to know. Can we move on, please? Thank you very much. Right. I know what I must do right now is eat this. Yeah. Very good. Very good. I know you can't taste it yourselves, so let me just tell you, lovely stuff. I needed a chocolate fix. I haven't had chocolate for a while today, I mean, and that was good. Woo! Right, now everyone, things are happening here rather speedily. You know, I've been planning for quite a while, multiple things, and they've been bubbling away, the ideas and the plans, for a while. Well, speak for yourself, Brenda. Look in the mirror, and I think you might say the same thing. Just saying. I keep looking over there, but you're over there. It's going to happen. It's going to carry on happening. Tell you what I'll do, very simply. There we go. This camera, the usual camera, is portable. So now I've moved it. This one's fixed into the digital device that I'm using. But now, the other one's facing the other way. So I will remember now not to look at it, but to look there. There we go. That's a bit like when you go into a bar or a pub over here and they've run out of beer. Then the tap, what they do is they put a pint glass on that tap, so you just know and don't have to think twice that that tap's not working right now. It's run out of juice. As I was saying, everyone, there's so much bubbling away and being prepared. There's a couple of things that are almost there with. That is hellogoodbye.live. Want to know more about that? Keep listening over the next few days. And also there is Shinecast as well, which is very much related to Hello Goodbye. But they're going to be launching very, very soon, if not before, certainly by the end of February 2020, which, as I speak, is what, 5 weeks away. So in the next 5 weeks, those two products will be launching, and it's all to do with live streaming. So I'll be talking with other people, and you'll get the chance to watch initially and then ultimately join in, ask questions, all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to tell you exactly how it came about, but there's a definite regarding the launch, because next step was going to be searching for people who want to have a chat, but we found someone who doesn't just want to chat, but they want their product well exposed worldwide. and everybody should want that for their business, event, their product. And that's what you need to do, is get the message out there on the interwebble. And you know what? That's a great link to my next point, which is there's a lot of topics that we want to just discuss on here. And a lot of people will know over recent weeks and months that I've had a different and certainly not an easy time over the last, well, certainly throughout 2019 and for a large part of 2018 as well. And that will sort of be ongoing, the personal stuff, for a while. And it's all to do, well, with stuff that you'll be learning about over the coming days and weeks. And my personal circumstances, someone else's as well. And when they're ready, they'll be speaking to you as well. Although this is the point. This is the point. There's someone that I've been mentioning to this to for a long time, social media, but particularly live streaming and video, and that it should be used in a positive way to generate positive connections, you know. And while a lot of people, you know, you say, and it's true, you have to be careful online, but a lot of people are hesitant and therefore don't use online at all in any way, or they don't use it to the fullest extent that they could, even when they're being careful. This is the moment for someone else who will be introduced to you when they want to be. They obviously want to be. She does. That's Shine Live is what the handle obviously is supposed to read, but that's 1N3 Live. Yes, hello to you, and it has helped. Thank you. No, thank you for being you, and more to the point, thank you for. Well, the thing is, everyone, as I've said time and time again on these broadcasts, when we've touched on such subjects, the phrase that has just come to mind for the first time in a long time, I was going to give another analogy and example, is you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, and nor should you try to make it drink, because, you know, it'll do it in its own time, a horse, and technically it would then be cruelty to the animal if you force it to try and drink or feed it. And so, yeah, as I'm saying, I've been saying to the world, as I will be with people on who have businesses and that will be featuring on Shinecast and hellogoodbye.live, certainly, the people that I'll be speaking to there, I would have previously said to them, look, you need to try this, because if you want people to know how great you are and your products are and your events are, your organisation is, then you've got to use this technology. And in the same way, okay, we can use it personally, and I say to our advantage. Everything we should be doing and everything most people are doing most of the time, in some way, well, they believe is to their advantage. Otherwise you'd be doing something else, wouldn't you? If you weren't, like, for example, watching this right now. I mean, without sounding arrogant, rude, whatever, I would suggest that this is to your advantage in some ways. It obviously tickles your fancy somehow, watching me rather than watching traditional TV right now, switching over to a radio station, etc., etc. And I thank you for making this choice as well, by the way, it must be said. Too tired for this confusion, says Diva Dwarfies. Well, yes, I get that. Well, go to sleep and by all means, but I know you watch the replays, and please enjoy. That's the great thing about this technology. It sticks on there, this broadcast, even when it finishes. There are a couple of platforms where it doesn't. And so you have to watch the broadcast, because afterwards it's not available anymore. But getting back to my main point, and I'll read a comment first of all. I've not been very well lately, and the police sectioned me, and now I'm slowly getting better. This is true. Thanks for sharing that with everyone. Shine Live. It seems strange using that handle, but hey, for now, until I'm told otherwise, that's the way it stays. But yes, as I was saying, you can give people advice, and that's how it should always be. When someone's younger, a child, you have to obviously ensure, you must tell them, don't touch that on the stove, on the cooker, because it's hot. And because the child doesn't understand and communicate well, you do have to reinforce that and make sure that they don't touch the pot that they're about to touch and scold themselves for life. But of course, it's all about the intent as well, because obviously you're doing it for good reasons, because you love the child, etc., etc., and you don't want them to harm themselves. However, as we become older and we start speaking to people who are educated, more mature, adults, senior citizens, etc., although obviously life sort of peaks and then it sometimes goes back again, because you start off in diapers, nappies, and some people end up in them their later years, you know. So it's quite a weird journey is life, as we know. But the point I'm trying to make, and digressing as always, is that you should give advice when you're an adult to others, as well as when you have a meeting as well. Even if you think you're right, you share your ideas in a meeting, and then if the majority agree with you, then that's the way it goes. Just like voting for a prime minister or a president. And it's all everything should be discussed, but never should someone be made to do something. And when sometimes someone's had that all their life, or for a large part of their life, or over recent months, you know, they've been told what to do, and that's the only way it is, and they, you know, and they're not allowed to have their free choice effectively, and it's very difficult for that individual to then subsequently take advice when the advice is intended to be nothing more than to be to their benefit and to ensure that they don't make the wrong decisions and all that stuff. Yeah, again, the same thing. It's a bit like with I don't know, an 8-year-old. If you tell them, sit down at the table, your food's ready now, sit down now, because otherwise it'll be cold and you won't enjoy it, and then you definitely not want to eat it then. And of course they don't listen, and the more you tell that child, sit down now, it's ready, hurry up, you call them across to the table to eat with the family, the more they're too busy on their PlayStation, and they're just going to do their thing, or want to, and then you have to be a bit more demanding, shall we say, and tell them rather than request them to come to the table. Well, in the same way, as I say, of course, if you leave that child and just say once the food's there, then they will come along, and they'll soon know if it's too cold. Then the next time you ask them, they'll realise that, hang on a minute, that person, whoever it is, your guardian, mum, dad, aunt, uncle, grandparents, or friend, who's told you that you've got to do it now because it's in your best interest, you would have learned, albeit the hard way, sort of thing. Anyhow, what am I reading here? Comments. Let's have a look at comments, and then I can, because I don't want to ignore your comments. They are all being seen. I've now Kim Carolina, hello to you. Thanks for joining. Everybody, if you're new here, watching the replay, certainly don't forget to follow by pressing the 3 dots in the corner of the screen on Periscope. I'm still doing it, looking at that camera, even though it's facing the other way. I'm now looking at your comments, by the way, but do follow. Press the 3 dots. There's an option there to do that. Kind of Shine Live, how are you doing today, love? Oh, I love this when people start talking between each other in my broadcast. This is what the community is all about. This, I tell you, I almost want to use a word beginning with F, and I don't mean fantabulous, because that's an awesome word, but this is fantastic, fantabulous, friggin' awesome. But there's another F that I want to exclaim, but there's no need for it. It really is brilliant. I just wish there was one other person here to square the circle, because I've been seeing her chat, listening to it as well with Shine Live recently on some broadcasts, and I have to say that whoever this person is, we only know her by name and voice and the little we can read about her. And maybe, yeah, absolutely, definitely. If you don't listen to that last comment and take note of it, then can I suggest you might be stupid? I don't mean that rudely, but you might be making a big mistake, yeah, because big things are about to happen here. Hello, 150 Bobby, or is it 150 Bobby, or probably 150, whatever. It's definitely Bobby though, apparently. Welcome here. Thanks for joining. But definitely everyone, as you've said it there now, out there, to Kim Carolina has said, rather, Shine Live. Any idea what time? I don't want to miss it. Oh, the broadcast. Well, actually, I can tell you when the broadcast is going to be. It's not going to start before this one ends, unless this one goes on forever. And the way I feel at the moment, it's really weird. It's one of those things, a bit like when you want to go out and it's cold, it's snowing, which it is at the moment in Wisconsin, because I've been told that by our good friend Elliot Mann up there. It is so deep in snow where he lives, therefore very cold. But of course, he doesn't want to go out now if he wants to buy a coffee or head over to buy some groceries and things like that. But once you're out doing it, it's a different thing, and you're at the store, you know what I mean, when you're comfortable at home. Well, in the same way, I didn't feel, quite frankly, that I wanted to go live, but I know what it takes here to go live with all the technology that I end up using, not just a cell phone and everything, and it takes time. And I'm glad I did, because now I'm here. Obviously, I'm enjoying it, as you all are. We all enjoy each other's interactions here in our wonderful community here at martinshine.live. Don't forget, that's where you can find me anywhere on the internet, on any browser. So, yeah, just remember that, please. Just, yeah, remember it. And yeah, so it's my name, Live, and at the moment that will route you, if you go on a browser and type in martinshine.live, it will take you to, I think, to the Periscope account here, but eventually it will be a web page, website, etc, etc. Oh, yeah, before you remind me, there they are, they're back. Yeah, there, comments on screen in vision. So as I was saying, yeah, getting back to Shine Live, who's joining us now. Well, got to charge my phone, so we're back around. Oh, I see. That's a good point. Yes, even I'm aware now. Things are starting to connect now, and thanks for sharing that, Shine Live. But Shine Live, as she's just told you, she has been not too well recently, and if anyone knows that, I do. Other than obviously her good self knows very well. Could you hear that? That's how loud the motorbikes are, even getting on for midnight local time. Shocking. But we persevere and progress, move forward. I just want to read your comments as I say that Shine Live says, Kim Carolina says, I can't wait to talk to you again. Are you going live tonight? We've got that. Yeah, the answer is Shine Live is going live. I would suggest, well, this broadcast is a bit difficult because I thought we would have ended by now, and I did intend to. Shine Live knows that. So realistically, Martin, if I cut off, battery has gone dead, but we'll be off to charge it. We'll be going live. Yes, and of course, you could always watch the replay here and go sort of sooner rather than later. We want you to stay, but yeah, that is a bit of a problem, isn't it? I don't know what you need wireless charging, then you can charge it. And no worries about cables where you are. If you want all this to make sense, everyone, simply Shine Live recently was committed, as she's told everyone online. And if you want to see what it's like, that journey, all right, because there's two extremes, obviously. There's being ill in a small way, being ill in a huge way. And forgive the term, but often the R word is used, retarded, you know, yeah, for certain people. But obviously, you'll see for yourself, hear for yourself. If you join Shine Live, she's far from the R word, and she's a very, very clever mortal, and a very strong mortal as well. And she'll tell you her story herself as the journey unfolds, but you really should watch this. It really is, because where she is at the moment, you won't hear or see from the people ever as directly as you are at the moment. And excuse me, no, we won't use the L word. We don't need to on here, and you don't want to apparently hear it. What's that all about? Not going there, but we are connected, is Shine Live and I, and wow, where's this conversation going? I'm going to leave it there for now, okay? But I really strongly recommend that you join her on our broadcasts. I've been recommending that this happens for many months and even a handful of years, actually. But hey, again, you give someone the advice, that's what I was referring to earlier, and slowly they might take it. If they don't, well, nothing lost, really. Although that said, in this situation, there is, as I was referring to earlier, one lady in Las Vegas in the United States of America. I've never known of her before. Shine Live certainly hasn't. A lot of you won't. But then there's a lot of people out there. It's actually strange, but there are certain people out there that, you know, in their spare time, their enjoyment is watching broadcasts like this, particularly on the Periscope platform. And you can very, very quickly narrow down the community to a handful of good broadcasters. And therefore, there are people, I'll give you an example, Brenda, okay? I know for a fact that often she joins my broadcasts. We know each other as friends, but I've been in a couple of broadcasts just by chance. I thought, oh, that person, she sounds good, he sounds good. And when I've got in there, who's there? Brenda, because she likes to listen to this sort of stuff online, in real life, IRL broadcasts, rather than, for example, maybe a talk radio station or music or TV, which often is very boring these days. But again, I repeat, okay, I've been advising. If I say the word telling, I don't mean that, because that sounds like I'm insisting and demanding, and dare I say, I've been accused of recently by nasty people controlling, which I know isn't true, certainly as Shine Live will in due course be affirming, because she's already done so. But I recommend that you listen to her broadcast, because I've been recommending to her for a long time to do this, to meet some great people within the 7 billion that we have on our planet. There are many people online that will support you in many ways. Yeah, and I've already had huge support from all you regulars that are watching this right now, and plenty of regulars that are maybe not watching this broadcast right now, or even the replay. They might have missed this one. I'm going to spin through your comments because some of them are going to be quite important, and I've been waffling for quite a bit, but this has been the ideal moment. Again, you can plan. I have been thinking about this sort of talk for some time, and I want to use the M word now, the hash M word. We are so going to embrace it and use it over the coming days and weeks. Mental, and the H word as well, health, together. Hashtag mental health. We are really going to talk about that in a big way because, you know, as I've said before, a mental health issue could be something as simple as not liking bugs, spiders, arachnophobia. That is a mental health issue and a mental problem that an individual has. If you don't like spiders, you know, you've got no reason to not like spiders. You know, you just don't like them. When you see them, you're like, wah! You know, frozen, and you want someone else to, well, often, splat the thing. But then, of course, there's another extreme when it comes to mental health as well, which is the R word that we mentioned earlier on. And I don't often keep going the R word because I'm happy to say it, but there's no need at the moment because. But when the conversation goes more towards a topic, then we start using words such as mental health, because obviously it's all about the intention, as I've said many times. Right, let's have a look here. I'm going to look at all your comments now, so if you don't mind, until I've got to the end, don't stop sending your comments, but just keep them a bit slower, otherwise I'll never catch up and I'll never end, and then we'll never hear Shine Live going live shortly. It'll be more like in another day she'll have to wait. Anyway, where are we here? I'm looking now and reading comments because they've all gone off the screen there, and it says here, because there's so many of them, they've gone off the screen there. Right, Deepa, what's confusing you? I may be able to help. Deepa Dwarf was, so I'm not being, right, okay, so yeah. Hi Kim, I'm fine, thank you very much. You may notice, it's a huge difference. Can I ask, are you still with us, Shine Live? Just let me know, please, because I need to know if I can inform people of something. Although, no, I'm going to do that if you don't. Forgive me for doing so. I'm not going to wait for you to respond because you know how the delay is. By the time you've heard this, you're going to type. And I want obviously to finish this so that you do have an opportunity to go live. But Shine Live, she attempted to end her life very recently, about 4 days ago, and that was prevented. Initially she wasn't happy about that because, again, people don't like others taking control of a situation which technically happened, and she didn't do what at the time she wanted, and not just she believed she wanted, she genuinely did want it because she thought that there was, and had been given to believe there was no alternative. But there always is an option with anything on the planet, and so she's in a much better place now. Again, as I say, we hugely thank Patty and all the people that support Patty and follow her. And in fact, initially people brought Patty to a broadcast that Shine Live was involved with and initiating here on Periscope on her channel, one of the first ones. And Patty, I personally say, from what you'll see online, if you go over to Shine Live's channel, and she's only broadcast now for about, I don't know what, 7 or 8 broadcasts. So skip back, watch the first lot, because it's a huge insight. It's an insight into how she was feeling. It's an insight into how she's been helped to think a bit differently, or at least consider a different option, and her attitude today, and her feelings today, and her demeanor today, and the way her day's gone. It's just a 180-degree turnaround. Well, not quite, because she's still got a long way to go, but you get me. She's more now thinking about things in a different way than as she was a few days ago. And that's also because, as I said at the very beginning, she's a very, very strong-willed individual and pretty amazing. And she even said on one of her broadcasts today, so soon, that after how she has been received here online, she wants to get well, which obviously we all want her to, and then give back to the world, as she's always done and tried to, even while enduring ongoing her problems and issues. In so many words, she's always tried to think of others before herself often. And that, you know, there comes a time, I know what that's like, without sounding the A word, arrogant, but there comes a point where sometimes you have to just sort of pull up the brakes and say, hang on, today I'm going to think about myself, just for now, just for tomorrow. You know, and you need to, we all need to, because we all have down moments and times where we need to recharge effectively. Right, what are we doing here with your comments? Loads of comments still. I never finished getting to the bottom of them because I was sidetracked by an important comment there. Did I see that Ganji Japandi's joined us? That's fantabulous. Thank you so much. Thanks for AM4L as well. Spinning through the comments there. There's just so many of them. I've missed plenty. It's a Samsung A50 pale blue that Diva Dorf has got because someone asked her much earlier. Goodness me. Yeah, other broadcasts I can see, says Diva. Yeah, very weird. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, hang on a second. I'll get back on track with these comments. And they say, Kim's obviously been communicating with, gets Kim Carolina. She's been communicating with Shine Live on here, talking amongst yourselves, which is brilliant. Where are we? I can't wait to talk to you. Yeah, we've got that. Sorry about this, people. I'm so lame now. I don't know what I've read and what I haven't. So you can follow me again. Follow Shine Live on Twitter. All right. Again, you can see on here. Read the name. Read the handle. Read the title because it's just at the top here, isn't it? Where is it? Just there. Shine Live. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, Patty. Oh yeah. No. Oh, Patty. Glad isn't the word. Obviously you're glad, but Patty, dare I say, is, I was going to say earlier on, I've just got to say it now because otherwise it will be said in the future again, but she's a lifesaver. Simple as that. And we'll leave that there for the moment because otherwise we will go off on another tangent. How can you follow me to? Well, got to charge the phone, said Shine Live. Martin, I cut off the battery, it's gone dead, but we'll be off to charge it. We'll be right, yeah, lovely, lovely. You haven't done that. LOL, no. Sorry, I'm not making sense to those of you that can't see the comments. Excuse me. Oh, right, we've got. Hi, Patty. You here too? Said Shine Live. Yes, she's been here ages now. Patty, I'll broadcast it again in a couple of hours. Hopefully, see you there. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. You see, I've got to. I'm a bit tired, but I've got to certainly hang around for Shine Live's broadcast because they're always good. And I say. Well, as I said, I say always. She's only been broadcasting about 7 or 8 times, but because we're connected that well, shall we say, yes, we've known each other for what is it now, let's say 60 months. In fact, that's not true. It's I've got to work it out in my head, it's 84 months, but certainly more so in the last 60 months. And if you can't work that out, I'm talking about 6 years, but certainly for 7 years rather, but certainly for the last 5 or 5 or yeah. Wow. That's just the pennies just dropped actually, that it's technically 2 further years than I was originally realising and thinking, well, what are we going here? I want on that. What's going on here? More comments. So true, says Shine Live. Something. Battery's going to say bye for now. I'm not sure what Shine Live was saying was so true. I'd like to think that a lot of what I was saying was true. If you disagree or disagreed, hopefully you would have commented and taken me to task there. More to the point, discussed it with me, because none of us are always right. This is all my opinion often, and everyone's entitled to my opinion. You've heard that one before, haven't you? Yeah. Right. I can give you an example of a good person. Brenda, says D. Rudolph. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't, I'm not going to waffle on too much now, but Brenda, and I think I just need an indication from you, Rose. It's not essential, but it'd be nice, because I'm pretty sure I know what you mean. In the way that she's been a conduit regarding communicating with you, Rose, and helping you to understand a situation which is pretty much the situation that is unfolding in this broadcast and what we've been discussing with Shine Live as well. Yeah. And of course, if you don't mind, Rose, you've spoken about it openly here before, so I'm going to mention to everyone that, Rose, you yourself know what it's like to suffer pain, shall we say, and I didn't actually mean that as intense as it really is, and the truth in that is great to you, but I meant just in general as well, though, loosely, if not what you've actually had to experience as well. And I think in due course, actually, ironically, you will have some great conversations if you both choose to do so, yourself and Shine Live as well. Everybody should and has the opportunity to on this platform. It's been strange, actually. I don't want to mention what I'm about to, because it's going to get even more so when I do. which is that I was going to say that for me personally, after this broadcast began, it very quickly started to become more emotional for me than well, certainly, as I say, I didn't intend to broadcast a few minutes before this went live, because I was like, no, you know what, I'll leave it for another day, the video side of things, and we'll just go and have an audio broadcast. But it particularly because Shine Live joined me, those that are in the know will understand. Those that aren't, very quickly over the coming days, it will become more clear to you. And it certainly will become more clear to you if you follow Shine Live and listen to her previous broadcasts, or the ones she's about to, well, produce in about, she said, 2 hours, which technically is tomorrow. We start to broadcast ideally every day night, local time, 11 p.m. London time, as it is at the moment, GMT. But today we're a little bit slightly late. However, right now the time is 11 minutes to midnight local time in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. And I mention that because, bye Shine, thank you so much. And I don't need to say what I would usually say, because you know already. I don't even, well, maybe it's because of my crystal balls, I don't know. They're both here somewhere. Moving swiftly on, everyone. What a bizarre broadcast. What a fantabulous broadcast this has been. As I say, things very can and do turn around if you want them to do so. From thinking, for example, again, no, I'm not going to broadcast. Don't need to broadcast. Oh, what an effort it is. And then we broadcast, and as I say, the feelings are totally reversed and changed now. Yes, it would have been a huge mistake not to have gone live, but we are. I want to just go back to the M8. You can see what I'm doing, by the way. Sorry, that was a bit weird. Me just totally losing concentration and contact with you guys and girls through the camera, because it's all falling apart here. But I've got to finish some of this. Oh yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Fry's chocolate cream. They've brought back that flavour I showed you at the very beginning, which is raspberry flavour. Haven't seen that for years, and recently they brought it back. It's a totally different experience to the other flavour that they produce. Well, they still produce at least two: peppermint cream and their original Fry's chocolate cream. So I really suggest that you watch these broadcasts more if you yourselves, well, you might want to get your hands on one of these. And if you do want to do so, there might be some opportunities very soon for that sort of thing. I don't know why, but comments have stopped. Is that because I originally said, please stop sending your comments or slow them down? Because if that's the only reason, then it's like I remembered to say to you, now you can continue sending your comments. Please, 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 please. The hearts have stopped. I wonder if that's because... oh, hang on, yes. I wonder if the nobody's sending hearts, or the technology's just given up. And you're probably all there. If I don't see any comments in the next few seconds, I'm going to have to make a decision, which is neither bad or good. But yeah, 8 minutes to midnight. I think we're going to actually end it. Oh, hang on, we are listening. Oh, right. Thank you very much, Patty. 0898. I'll try not to do that, because when people come into the broadcast, I only see it's really annoying me actually, and frustrating me and aggravating me. But even to this day, after all these years, Periscope still, there's no option to display a person who's commenting and a contributor's real name. It's like email. You sign up as, you know, the best person in Las Vegas at gmail.com, for example. Yeah. But obviously you can put there your name. Yeah. But on Periscope, we see not your name, but the @ handle you've chosen. Really frustrating. But also a lot of people use their name as the @ the handle, such as Patty, and then you put some numbers after your name. And I often reel off the numbers as well, particularly when someone's like, oh, my name is Dave Smith, 01268439734. And obviously you often hear me say that there's no need to put your phone number after your name. Haha. But anyway, so yeah, see, for example, Mary of London has joined us. Mary, fantabulous. You're on YouTube, and I said at the beginning that I wasn't monitoring the other platforms, but more to the point, I think what I didn't say was, and even if I'd have said it at the beginning and then you had joined after during the live, you wouldn't have heard me. But yeah, I was going to, again, say to people, get over to Periscope, because I knew that there was a potential for this broadcast. Certainly when I saw Shine Live join us, and I knew that it was going to go a certain way, or very, very, very likely to, and it has done. And as I say, we'll leave that for the moment, because it will get very, very complicated. Jeff, I wish you'd joined us earlier. Let's plan for a tech scope. Now, yes, Jeff, how long have you been on this scope for? I hope this broadcast, I don't think you've been joining us for too long. Please share this out, everyone. Bottom of your screen on Periscope, there's the arrow pointing up, and do share this out. I think this is a really important broadcast for some people that might not know it exists. We'll be talking again, hashtag mental health, over the coming days and weeks. If you want to hear more about that right now, and literally get an inside view and opinion from someone who is currently residing in a hospital that helps people, or is supposed to help people who have mental health problems, then do follow Shine Live. She's going live, she said, when her phone is charged. And I can tell you the reason she can't charge her phone herself, she has to take it somewhere for someone else to charge her, is because of the risk. It's a blanket rule that in the facility that she's living in right now, while you can use your mobile phone, you're not allowed to charge it and have the cable, because people could potentially harm themselves with the cable. Of course, the thing is, these days, I suppose if you've got the latest technology, you could have wireless charging, but I don't know how that works there anyway. But I've watched a few of her scopes, Mary. Oh, I'm really glad you have, actually, Mary, because I out of all the people watching, there's a handful of people, and you're one of the handful that I've been thinking. I think because of the little you've told us recently, and also what you know from me telling people regarding court cases that have been going on in recent months. Well, I think it would help you to join the dots, and I think you would have been certainly not just understanding, but more than interested. So yeah, be interested to hear your feedback in full over the coming days and weeks. I have to say that the stress level, that's another thing I want to mention now. The stress level has somewhat diminished a significant amount for me over recent days, knowing that someone who we all know who she is now is in a good place. I think, I really think so. And not just that, but just knowing that, well, ultimately, certainly the way things have gone over the 4 days, we've got to, no point in running before we can walk, etc. But as far as I'm concerned, someone couldn't be in a better place at the moment. I don't mean just physically, mentally, no pun intended. And I think that this is probably a news story for traditional networks, just waiting to happen. If anyone wants to pick it up, I really think they can, they should, they need to. It couldn't be more poignant. We've got the royal family of the United Kingdom. They've been putting themselves behind the hashtag mental health banner for quite a few months now. We know that recently what's going on with the Sussexes, Harry and Meghan. And Harry has revealed recently that he's had some issues himself that are troubling him to this day. I'm not going to go into any of that in detail now, but it's kind of a coincidence, obviously, that that's all coming to light now. The royal family haven't been afraid of embracing hashtag mental health recently, and I really think that now is a very important time. It's certainly an important time for me. It has been for a long time, but now I'm able to share this with you because someone's had the courage and been courageous to do so herself. It really is a game changer. So keep watching this space here, martinshine.live. As I say, there's so many different things going to be happening here. Everything that I'm sort of babbling about now is kind of on a personal level. But as I said at the beginning, we've also got some business things. Jeff, you'll be interested in the business things very, very soon. The technology that I'm going to be using for my business, for work, going forward in the future. And while I've got the opportunity, and I remember to say, the reason that we've had to delay all this until now is very much because of personal matters. I don't think I've certainly sort of alluded to that over weeks and months gone by. But as I say, we're at a point now. I did say that 2020, the year, and the 20s, this decade, is going to be rather decent. It certainly couldn't be any more intense and overwhelming for me than the last couple of years have been on a personal level. But as I say, going forward very quickly, on a business level, when it comes to live streaming, which is what I'm all about, which is why it's no coincidence that I'm using this platform and have been doing so for a long time, it's all going to start fusing together. So whether you're interested in the personal stuff between myself, Shine, and you, please do join us and join in and make it all happen, be part of it. If you're interested in the business side, how to use live streaming to promote your business, product and services, organisation, event, again, do keep watching here. You'll have also plenty of opportunities to listen to other people and what they've got to say, what they want to promote, and for you to be part of as well. And what I mean by that is they won't just be wanting to sell their products, services and what they do to you, but they'll also want you potentially to be part of what they do, particularly if maybe, I don't know, I might be speaking to someone to do with computers. There's no Moby about it. That's definite. With Adam Roberts of Encore Media, we'll be speaking tech on that level, even though he's also on his own broadcasts. But we'll be, whether we're talking to someone about fishing, if that's what interests you, then keep following here, because you'll be able to somehow along the way tap into that conversation. I might try, please, anyone can direct message. If you want to message me at the moment, I am going to be setting something up in the future in terms of website, web page, email, all that sort of stuff. But at the moment, you know where I am. The best place to contact me at the moment and follow is at Martin Shine on Twitter. Obviously on Periscope as well, but do follow me on Twitter, and then that way you can also direct message me and just know what's going on. The reason it's great to follow me on Twitter, and there's the name in case you're not sure, okay, that's me. The reason it's good to follow on Twitter is exactly what happened to Shine Live the other day. She hasn't got a great internet signal where she is, so she put out a message on Twitter to say, look everyone, I promised you I'd be here tonight. I think it was 24 hours ago, but I can't be here because of the bad signal. So rather than just ignoring everyone and making them wonder is she okay, particularly in her situation, because she was very vulnerable and has been recently, she put out the message so people knew that she was okay, and it was a technical problem, nothing personal, etc, etc, yada yada yada. So there we go. Maybe before I sleep tonight. Yeah, well, please do. Ben's lists, looking forward to future content. Thank you, Ben. Please do continue to be there and welcome back. I don't know how long you've been here. Oh, you've only just joined us a few minutes ago or so. So fantabulous that you're here. It's such an insight, a bit scary at times, says Mary of London. Scary, and I suggest, I don't like putting words in your mouth, Mary, but I think you also possibly would like to use the word concerning, possibly. Certainly it has been for me. And ironically, what I will say is that the local authority, the welfare people in that particular area where Shine Live is right now, ironically, and I say ironically because there are things happening that I'm very aware about and have seen with my own eyes, courtesy of Shine Live. They're very questionable, but the authority involved are the same people that unfortunately at this time have ensured that Aaron Shine is no longer with either of his parents. Again, we've got to speak about that in the future. Obviously not in the past, but we've got to talk about that more. My son Aaron, but unfortunately, when I say that's on hold, we can talk about him anytime if there's any questions in that, but it would be inappropriate for people to just ask questions like immediately now or on the next broadcast or the following one. When I say inappropriate, let me qualify. It wouldn't be as worthwhile to you because if we're not on topic on that, it's such an intense topic that I'd rather you save that sort of discussion until we have specific broadcasts on the topic. Of course, I'm very grateful for any comments, private messages, or on the broadcasts live to ask how Aaron's doing. He's doing very well, as I understand at the moment. That sort of thing, they're very much appreciated. Certainly all your support. I'll just say again, everyone's support over recent weeks and months, both on direct messages, in the broadcasts, and in some cases there's a couple of people out there that I've spoken to directly on the phone or etc. Thanks so much, everyone. Tried to watch a scope you shared, but I wasn't in a good place, so it was triggered, but I tried. made me think any one of us could end up in a place like Shine Live is, yeah, and it does not seem the right place. Well, if you're talking about right now, initially she was taken to a facility and it was more like a jail, and the attitude was more like a jail. And I kind of get that, because the system obviously has to filter you through, don't they? They have to decide, are you a high risk, low risk? How seriously ill are you? Where should you be destined for? Yeah, and they did that very quickly, I think, as quick as they could. And where she is now, if you're referring to where Shine Live is right now, well, no one wants to be somewhere they're told to be. And I'm going to keep it brief here, because really she needs to talk about this with you. It's not fair otherwise. If nothing else, it's not fair. But right now, my opinion is it's not ideal, but it's doing exceptionally good for said individual, and she's as happy as she could possibly be being there. And as the hours go on and the days go on, the more she's getting more comfortable being there, I believe, from what she's told me. And she's not isolated as such, but as I say, just knowing that ultimately you're not allowed to leave. I mean, I think if she really wanted to, she could probably escape somehow. I'm not sure how. Never condone that, but right now. But my point is that just knowing that your freedom of choice has been compromised in the slightest way, it would agitate, if not seriously provoke, the best of us. Okay, but very quickly, particularly, a huge thanks goes out to Patty in Las Vegas from me, as well as from Shine. But very, very quickly, Shine Live's way of thinking has totally changed on that matter. And I think deep down, not going to put words into her mouth anymore, other than to say, I truly think that deep down, and it would be very difficult to immediately reveal this to you personally, for her to reveal it personally. So I would suggest that deep down, she's thankful for being where she is now. Certainly rather than where she could have been 4 days ago. Made me think anyone of it. Yeah, sorry, I thought there was another comment there, David. Lots of questions running around in my head. I hope I catch her live. Yeah, best thing to do is what I've always recommended to everyone, including Shine Live, and over the years and months, and certainly to myself. And I'm now taking my own advice, because I'm so almost overwhelmed with things going on, and I'll clarify that in just a moment, that I too have done the best thing, which is write everything down. Just write it down as it comes into your head, and then you can then rearrange that list and prioritize it accordingly, bearing in mind that you might prioritize everything today, but in 3 days time, 4 days time, you have to shuffle a few things around, because the priorities might change for one reason or another. So to clarify, I've had my list of priorities pretty much sorted out as of the beginning, literally right at the beginning of this year, which was scarily 19 days ago now. And I was sort of ready to go through that, and as I prioritized everything. But then the latest situation unraveled. We couldn't have planned it. It wouldn't, Shine, a situation occurred, and she is where she is now, and that changes the game a little bit. So now I've had to adjust my priorities around that. I'll clarify that. I haven't had to, I've chosen to. And therefore, in order for things to be as ideal with everything as possible, so I've had to therefore readjust my original priority list of things to do. That includes, once again, personal stuff, and as well as business and work as well. Martin, make sure you are taking care if your seat's well. I had to read that about 3 times there, Patty. What have I missed out there? Martin, make sure you are taking care if your seat's well. I got a feeling Patty might have, like we all do, made a mistake on that occasion. So please clarify, Patty. Just tell me if I've got to read it again, or Patty has been good, essential Mary, I would say. And you might not want to hear that, Patty. It's not something you don't want to hear, but you know what I'm saying. It's yourself. Martin, please make sure you're taking care of yourself. No, thank you for that. I at first I thought that. The more I read it, the more that I forgot about the word yourself that it might have correlated to. So thanks for that. Yeah, no, I am. And there's a couple of people, you know who you are out there, that have also helped immensely. There's plenty. I'd like to also thank my friend Adam Roberts as well, actually. He's got a lot on his plate in terms of business. Not so much personally, I don't think, but hey, we're not even going to discuss that. None of my business, really, unless he's in need of a shoulder like we all are at some point to rest on, in which case, metaphorically, of course, I mean. And yeah, I'm always here to help, certainly a good friend. And Adam has been essential over recent months in helping his friend Martin Shine.live. So thank you very much to Mr. at On Call Media. Want to know more? Follow him. Jeff, are you just listening at the moment, or have you fallen off the edge? I bet Jeff's still there. I mentioned that just because I've mentioned Adam, and the name Jeff, I correlate together now because Jeff just loves technology, and Adam is the wizard when it comes to computers, fixing them, repairing them, selling computer equipment, and advice on how it all marries up together. Right, I'm going to call it a day now, everyone. The day I'm going to call it is Sunday, the 19th of January 2020. I've been here as ever and often since yesterday. I've been here a whole day because we started this broadcast before local time, midnight on Saturday. Thank you so much again for all your support. Please, if you're new here, do follow. There's exciting times ahead. And the greatest story, I think, is when you watch Shine Live as her journey continues, and you will see what well, when I say hope, hope is not a strategy, as I'm often reminded, but from what I know about her, I think that the story that's been unfolding that seemed very unfortunate, very negative only hours ago, I think is going to be, it certainly has the potential to be a huge success story. So just watch this space, as I say. Did you have a good day, Martin? Yes, yesterday was fantabulous. Today was also, so far, in the last 10 minutes, and I'm going to go in a moment because it's a perfect opportunity to go when I tell you that right now it's almost 11 minutes past the hour. You forgot to tell me about that, didn't you, people? I forgot to bring the chat back into vision. Apologies about that, but it's there for the final few seconds of this broadcast. We're going to have to say au revoir to the chat there very speedily as I say au revoir, arrivederci to all of you. Mary of London, you take care of yourself. Thanks so much for your support. Thank you to Patty, to Diva Dwarf, to Jeff, to Brenda. Brenda's lost her tongue metaphorically at the moment. Both metaphorically, both the word tongue and the fact that she's lost it. I don't know what's going on. And oh, Ben's list. Are you all still just listening? Probably. It's been a very long broadcast of me waffling, I feel. But I've kind of said stuff that has for a long time been needed to be said, I think, just because I wanted everyone to be able to join the dots. On that note, everyone, I will say thank you very much for watching. The chat disappears. You didn't say goodbye to each other. You're not going to be able to now because the titles will be rolling any second now. I'm going to recharge myself before I have the pleasure of listening to the wonderful Shine Live, and long may she shine as well. So KDBCL, you've just missed one of the best broadcasts ever as far as I'm concerned personally, not for what I've just been allowed and given the opportunity to say, but also to see the interactions from other people, certainly at Shine Live. It's very difficult, that name, isn't it? Because then you have to explain that all the letters aren't letters. There's a couple of numbers in her name. Never mind, we'll promote her accordingly and appropriately in due course. Thank you once again, everyone. Have a good sleep when that time comes. For a lot of you, it's very soon. And until our next broadcast, understand that things are very, very busy for me at the moment. You now certainly know much more why that is, and have had an insight, and are having so by watching Shine Live on here and understanding the situation. So I just apologise in advance if I'm not here for whatever reason on a broadcast in 23 hours time, as I hope to be, or over the next few days. you'll understand why. But I will do all I can to ensure that our community stays together and continues to grow in such what has been now a huge positive way. And Patty also said, take care, everyone. Did you have a good day, Martin? Yeah. Oh, I missed that just. I see. Right. Thanks again, once again, from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, where it's already the 19th of January and gone midnight, to the West Coast and the East Coast and everywhere in between of the United States of America, certainly Nevada. Huge thanks goes out to all of you there and across the other 49 states. Yes. Oh, yeah. Until next time, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.